Good morning, it's Hiker Dude Dad, and we are at Deale Park here in East Hempfield Township. This is also known as the Farmingdale Trail. This is a nice short little suburban hike near my home, so we're going to check this out. Let's go. All right, so here's the trail map. We're going to start here, and then we can go all the way around the park on a trail, but there's a couple trails to cut through. You got the wetlands trail, the woods trail, the creek trail, and then there's also one down here, kind of an unmarked trail down by the little Conestoga Creek. So this plaque here, you can pause on it, but it tells the story of the Brubaker brothers who fled Switzerland in the 1700s and came to this little piece of land here. So I love the wetlands areas that the park has to offer, and the woods, and it's just a very family-friendly place, dog-friendly park. But we got these big reeds and everything, a couple places in wetlands. Got a little ice and snow on the track here. The trail is mostly crushed gravel, which is fine. It's been rejuvenated in the last few years, and they have these signs everywhere, so it tells you about the wetlands, water storage, filtration, all the stuff that you're going to find here. You're going to find the cattails here in the spring and summer, and all the wildlife. This is a big park for birding. I seldom come here and don't find somebody walking around with the biggest binoculars you've ever seen in your life and cameras and such. But hoping to see some frozen water here too along the little Conestoga Creek. This is not it, but yeah, this is really good scenery here. I haven't really filmed a whole video here, even though I do come here a lot. This stretch of trail, though, is probably more infamous for my spotted lanternfly video. I came across this stretch here in the fall, and it was just littered with spotted lanternfly nymphs about 4 or 5 years ago, and I just had a stomping frenzy. Lanternflies don't seem to be as much of a problem anymore. I don't know if we've made an impact by killing them on site. They are an invasive creature. Maybe they migrated west, passed us over. I don't know. I know the spiders at my house anyway have adapted and do definitely hunt and eat them now. So we had a big snowfall, well, 2 inches or so a week ago, Monday, and then another little pop of snow on Saturday that I think was a little unexpected, at least to me. There's 2 road crossings on the trail, so Farmingdale Road splits the park. So we will cross down here, loop around, and then up there about as far as you can see, that's where we'll cross again and come back. So we're not going to cross here, actually. We're going to take the wetlands trail and curl back towards the parking lot a bit. We'll go through more of the reeds here. Nice little bridge tucked in here. Crossing the same little stream that we crossed before, just down farther. The reeds are so thick, can barely see down to the water. I hear birds. As soon as I crossed the bridge, there are a lot of birds over here. Saw a couple cardinals down in here, but easily skittish. I hear a lot back in the reeds. So the park here is owned by Lancaster County Solid Waste Management Authority. They acquired this tract spanning both sides of Farmingdale Road when Lancaster Malleable Castings Company put it on the market. They ultimately decided that this land should not be a landfill, and best use was to remain open space and provide recreational opportunities for the public. This trail system was opened on September 18th, 2009. Here's the dog park area. Dogs can be unleashed in the dog park without fences. Beyond it, up that hill there, is a train. I'd be shocked if we don't hear one go by. Almost every time I'm here at the park, one goes by. But right, so I did come up on the wetlands trail just up here, and now I'm gonna continue down towards the woods trail and then the creek trail. Parking is back the other way. All right, so we'll cross Farmingdale Road here. You can see pretty far. There is no official like lights or definite stop signs, so just be careful. Some people can go fast on that road. Hey, the other side of the trail here, all snow cover. This is nice. Man, last week when we had fresh snow on the ground, I really wanted to go out. I couldn't bring myself to do it. It was 20 degrees probably, and 4 days last week the average wind speed was 25 miles an hour. So basically every day felt like 10, 13, 8 degrees, you know. I just couldn't do it. I was planning vacations and doing computer work and sitting in coffee shops instead, man. But today, not so bad. It's supposed to get up to a balmy 40 degrees today. So along with a train, the other thing I should expect to see today possibly are deer. Almost every time I've been at this park here in this central wooded space, I've seen deer.
A few moments later.
All right, do you see the deer through there? Literally a couple seconds after I said it, I heard a crack. And there it was. Continuing on towards the creek trail, we're going to take a detour. We're going to cut left on the woods trail and bisect that circle again. So we'll swing up this way. Oh, it's a great hike. It's so peaceful, so quiet. There's not many people here. It's usually a pretty busy park here in East Hempfield Township. There's neighborhoods nearby, so a lot of people come over here, walk their dogs, all that. And it's usually pretty busy, but I think the cold temperatures and cloudy days kind of keeping people away, but yeah, I think it looks great. It feels great to be out again. Cutting across the woods trail here just basically takes you right through the woods. There's a little crossing on that little tributary again, so it'll be the third time we cross that is up here. I've seen ducks around this tributary before. So here's a tributary, a little culvert, just a metal tube there to get that through, but just picnic tables scattered through the woods and such. Water with logs there. It's the same tributary there that we were crossing before. Now I'm thinking I did film here before, because I do remember this sign. This part of the trail is closed off. Yeah, I was gonna say I was here like last spring, so it'll end up being closed for a year. So no worries. I can hear people working. Up in here was like a meadow trail, they called it. It was just a walk through a field. So maybe they're doing something to make that a little better is what I'm hoping. But there's definitely a guy in a bulldozer doing some digging, some big dirt piles up there. So they're still improving this part. No problem. I'm going to cut back across the woods trail and we'll go down to the trestle and we will be able to see the little Conestoga Creek. All right, so this land actually used to be a landfill. Lancaster Area Refuse Authority, I guess the predecessor to the Lancaster County Solid Waste Management Authority. From 1955 through 1962, this was used as a landfill. The Solid Waste Management Authority, they are own this land. They do all the trail maintenance. They, repaved the whole thing with gravel a couple years ago. They had dump trucks in here, steamrollers laying down new gravel. It is a great trail. It is great, nice and cushy. It's icy today, but generally very nice, and love what they did with the park. So good stuff. Make the most out of an old landfill. You can't tell, it doesn't smell or anything or any of that stuff. So all right, so we're hitting the intersection for the creek trail. I think if you go all the way out there, you're going to run into that construction again anyway. It was over there. So I'm going to head down to the trestle spur, and you can actually walk along the creek back that way and meet up with this trail, I think, without going in the construction zone. So that's what I'm going to try. All right, so we take the trestle trail. It kind of swings out to the right off the perimeter trail there, but goes right under the railroad trestle that lines the side of the park. Not much ice, not much ice. We'll get down along the edge here. Used to be a brick company here for 60 years, 1919 to 1979. If you've ever seen a Quaker brick, they were made here. Found through buildings in Lancaster County. They chose a location based on the availability of water from the creek. There's rich clay deposits around here too. Okay, you can see perhaps some of that clay leaching out of the soil. It's like an iron piece. There's a big iron bar up here and some piping. I'm not sure what that can be. I don't know if it was a part of the bridge up there that has blown off or something. I know it was very windy last week. Yeah, I've got that one low icy spot there. I was hoping for a little more. All right, so at this point we're going to go unofficial and kind of take the dirt path. We've been on gravel the entire time, but we're going to try and get through here. This can be muddy at times, but oh man, tree just exploded like 3 different ways. But we'll walk along the water here. It doesn't look too high. Shouldn't be, too much of a mess through here, although Gonna duck this tree here quick. So just up from the trestle here, you can see it looks like the remains of an old bridge here, footbridge maybe. Never noticed that before. That's weird. Maybe it was always covered. Maybe maybe the water's just really low right now. So coming through here, look at this. Looks like hair, but it is not soft at all. It's super spiky. So a little Conestoga Creek here. Got maybe another tributary coming in. I think this is the main drag here, but I think we got a tributary coming in. A lot of downed trees and everything here. I think they're clearing this out. I think it's probably been planned for years to turn this into like an official trail. You see, I'm not the only one that's been on it here this week. This water's really clear. You can see a log there and I think a piece of a tree in there under this little bit of ice here. After Monday and Tuesday here, it's supposed to be a little warmer, and then I think we go into another 20-degree spell. I'm hoping to get some pond skating in, if it can just stay cold long enough for like French Creek, like Hopewell Lake to freeze again, or somewhere else. Got a mallard pear over there just chilling. This is great. We've seen deer, we've seen ducks. A flock of geese flew overhead, though I didn't have the camera out in time to catch them. I do hope it comes across on film, but this little Conestoga Creek always has like a blue-green hue to it, so I'm hoping that comes across. Looks really great. It kind of pops off the stark landscape here. We rejoined. This will be the creek trail. Perimeter trail is out there. At the end I see one of those blue signs, so we're not going to be able to get through there. So to do the creek trail, we'll turn this way. Here's that tributary again, and right down there is where it joins the little Conestoga Creek. There's a bird watcher down there, so I didn't want to film. So the creek trail here parallels the woods trail in, you know, direction and orientation in the park, but also cuts through the same woods, kind of the same views. This one's a little snowier today. So the name of the park, Noel Dorwart. I have trouble kind of enunciating that, so I looked up to see why it was named that. It was named after Noel Dorwart. He was 87 when he passed away, but he was an East Hempfield Township guy through and through. Went to the former East Hempfield High School and was somewhat of a philanthropist. He operated a kids' summer camp for years here in the township. He was on the zoning board, and he passed away, and right around the time that the park was being established, and they named it after him as a tribute. All right, so go past again here. Traffic is, for the most part, considerate, but do watch yourself there. I have seen people just kind of blow right by the trail signs. So the Farmingdale Trail here at Noel Dorwart Park does it for me if I'm in a pinch for time. It's close to home. It's a nice looking trail. Can definitely get a few miles in here, but yeah, really nice community park. After I did the Eschenauer Trail, that told me that you guys like seeing these kind of suburban hikes too. So if you want to see more, just like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. Thanks for coming along. See you soon.